And the game is on. Here goes FC London holding it in their own zone. Being pressured high and hard. And London's on the ball trying to clear it out. And it's going to be a goal kick for Sokolski.
That was a very smart decision from Parker not to just boot it long up the middle of the field. He tried to play out under pressure with Steven Al-Said and Randy Ribeiro.
And it's going to be played short out to the right wing back, furthest from us, back to Sokolski. Sokolski's going to look up, and there's already pressured high. Something that we see FC London do constantly themselves is a high pressure and not let the opposing team comfortable out of their own end. But London's coming out with it, and here they're on the break with Ribeiro. Out wide to Nafar. Nafar tries to play out wide, and it's just cut. He's able to go and pick it back up. And it's put back to the wing back. Al-Said. Al-Said still on the ball, looking up and trying to switch up the play. And they're going to restart and build from the back once again. And that's something I love to see from teams, is you don't force it forward. And it's something I'd love to see players learn at a younger age, is that you don't always need to go forward to score a goal. You can go back and reset and find your open space. Absolutely.
Keeping the ball is the best part of the game, right? Defending is never fun. And you know, a team that is good with the ball can move it quickly and try to find other solutions on the opposite side. That's a team that can really play.
Simple things like using Sokolski, using your goalkeeper to just reset the play is also so key. Like, use every player on your team to your advantage. Your goalkeeper's not just there to make saves. He's there to help you open up space, to receive the pass, and give out the pass as well. And as London holds possession of their own end again, there's a long switch attempt that's going to be fanned on, and here comes Darby.
It's good defending.
Dijon on the ball, and he lost it, and now it's going out wide to Al-Said again. And Al-Said has space, and he looks forward, and he's going to turn back and play it back to his defender. And he's going to take some space and look up and find a pass in the middle. And with Ribeiro on it. Captain Ribeiro. Out wide to Al-Said, and he sends Nafar down the line, and Nafar has space, and he's going to sprint on it. Challenged hard, but still on it. Plays the ball in the middle. Dummied.
Oh, great move, Pucci.
And London's still on the ball, now switched the field on the right side. And it's a perfect cross in, and it's just cut off by the Derby defender. That was great play there by London, switching the field and just finding all the space to be able to play a nice low ball in there.
What a build-up that was. They just strung together about 10, 12 passes in a row, led all the way to the far right corner, and had a nice cutback across the 18-yard box, unfortunately cut off by the defender. Yeah, like you said, perfect passing. A clever play in the middle there with the dummy, and it almost created a goal right off the start in the first 3 minutes of this game. And it's going to be a corner for FC London. Always a challenging spot for any team. And it's going to be played long to Ribeiro, and he's going to look up for a long shot. And it's a great attempt, but wide of the net. A lot of power there from distance. Yeah, I mean, if you see the keeper, you know, a little bit higher in his 6-yard box, and there's no pressure on the ball, why not take a shot and try to catch him off guard? Even in this weather, there could be a rebound. Especially in this weather. Shots from anywhere to test the goalie early on, to make sure he's on his toes in any game. But with this weather, to make sure that he's adjusted and ready for what the game could change because of the rain. Absolutely. Early on, too, in the 4th minute, why not try to put him on his toes a little bit? And that's Matt Zykos, the goalkeeper for Darby, who just clears it a little wide, and it's going to be an FC London throw in Darby's end. But it's going to be a missed throw, and Darby's going to come away with it. But London wins it back really quick, and Nafar is back on the ball. Playing it back to Patel. He plays it out wide to Gopal. Gopal sprinting down the line, but he's beat. And there is a foul on Gopal, and he fouled Darby's number 3, Sasso. And Zekos, the keeper for Darby, is going to come up to take this free kick. It's interesting to see a tactical switch here from Coach Markosha with James Pucci and Connor Wilson as the number 9 and number 10. I think that has to do with pressing against this team, which is a very strategic approach. We're just going to see what they have to do. Yeah, that's definitely a change that we were seeing tonight, and hopefully we'll see the coaching brilliance on the FC London side, and it pay off, because every game you got to go in with a different strategy. You always can't go in with the same idea, because you're going to be studied as much as you're studying the other team. For sure.
And it's just going to be a throw in for Darby in their own end. And it's been a quick start off the whistle. There hasn't been any delay yet. Both teams are still trying to feel each other out for the second game, like you said, against each other. And
yeah, a couple of chances from not on goal for Darby yet, but they've definitely brought the ball close into our 18 and are testing our back four early.
Both teams doing what they do well in the high pressure, trying to win the ball as high as possible, starting from the forwards, the first line of defense, of course, and it's just keeping the pressure going and keeping it uncomfortable for any team to get out of their own end is something that's very important early on. Because you can't keep that energy throughout the whole game, so you have to use it when you have it. Here comes Darby in the middle with Reynolds. Now it's going to be a foul, and Reynolds is on the ball again. He's going to leave it and move forward. And there's a long switch to Campbell, and he's just going to go over his head, and here comes outside with a slide tackle, and he wins it, but Campbell's back on it. And once again, another slide tackle, this soft ground helping with that, and here comes the far on the break now with a lot of space, plays it in the middle, and it's a beautiful pass to the right wing to Gopal. Gopal has space, and he's going to look up for a cross, beat one man, and plays it on top of the box, and he has space, he's going to look for a shot, and he takes it, and it's a beautiful save by Zykos. The far there with a great chance in front of the net, but amazing save by Zykos. And London again pressuring very high. Both strikers coming back to pressure there, and it's going to be switched across the field. And finally, Darby has a little bit of room to work. And once again, they're going to try to switch the play. And it's going to be one in the air, but there's a foul on a Darby player. That was number 2, Raphael Reynolds, who was fouled, and it's going to be a free kick just near the halfway line on the Darby side of the field. Something we've seen a lot already is Darby going forward loves to switch the field. At around this point in the field, they love switching it to the right side from the left.
That long diagonal ball over top is with their fast individual strikers.
Very aggressive play there by Sokolsky that almost costed him a little bit, but luckily his defense is there to recover for him. And they're challenging in front. Here's Darby open to space. Great save by Sokolsky. Darby with a quick chance in the box, and Sokolsky stands his ground and makes an amazing save to push it out for a corner.
Great positioning from Anthony Sokolsky, having that front post covered.
Both goalkeepers with 2 important saves early in this game. In the first 8.5 minutes, 2 great chances on both sides of the field. If we're in for a game like that, like continuing like this, it's going to be a great show. And here comes the corner in. It's going to be challenged and won by London. And here comes the far. Challenged hard by a Darby player. That's Fawcett challenging. And here comes London trying to break out. And here comes Oside. Plays it up to Wilson. Kushi on the ball. He tries to play it long. And here goes Gopal. Gopal has a little bit of space and he's looking for a cross. Wide open back post. Oh! Beautiful goal! Connor Wilson with the assist from Gopal. A beautiful cross, back post, wide open header, sneaks it right into the near post. What a build-up, what a goal. Back and forth game already, 1-0 FC London.
Movement from Connor Wilson. Starting near post and moving to back post, completely unmarked. Nice placement header for him.
What a goal there for London, for FC London, and it's going to be a great start. Within the first 10 minutes, always important to get that early goal so you can sit and be a little comfortable, but definitely not hold back. It's going to be out of bounds right in front of us.
By number 23, Connor Wilson.
Throw in for London. Outside on the ball with the throw. Far on the ball. Pressured by 2 Darby players, but he comes away with it still. Pushy. Back to the far. And the far resets in the middle.
Bravo. Well done. And
it's a reset now back to the defense with Seymour. And Seymour plays it to his counterpart. Maletic. Malatic.
It looks as if FC London's trying to catch Darby with their high line on the counterattack diagonally on the opposite side through Ethan Gopal.
That's exactly how they were able to get the goal, and if it worked once, it couldn't work again, and they're going to have to keep pushing with that strategy some more. And it's a long ball down, just missed by a side, and there's a break now for Campbell. Campbell looking up with a beautiful cross in the middle. No one on the end of it, and it's gone all the way to the back post, and it's going to be called offside, and also a missed touch. So unfortunately there for Darby, a great ball through to Campbell, and a cross into the middle, but not challenged by any Darby player, and it's going to be luckily cleared easily now for FC London. Once again playing short, starting from the back. Here's Sokolsky looking up the field, looking long, wide open in the middle is Pushy.
Very good, Pooch.
And here's Battelle. Back outside to the man who assisted the goal, Gopal. And he's challenged by multiple Darby players, and he's not going to come away with it, but he's going to come away with a throw. Positive play there by Gopal.
With a number 7 or a wide attacker, as technical as he is, you want to draw in as many players as possible to try to open up the middle of the field for your striker. Very well done.
And once again, London trying to build from the back, trying to switch play right now, and unfortunately just loses it. And here's Campbell once again using that speed we've seen so far this first half on the right wing, and he's coming down challenged by the captain, Ribeiro. And Campbell now has support coming, and that's a cross in the middle, easily picked up by London. And Nafar's on the ball, pressured by 2, and played back to a side, tries to clear, and it's cut off, and Pushy.
What a build-up, very nice.
Ribeiro back on the ball, back
bringing
out
the
to our
triangle
side
around the balls.
Ribeiro looking up, and a beautiful switch pass that's just going to be cut off by Darby. Great defending, good play there by London, trying to reopen up the field. Thrown in the middle, Ribeiro wide open, has space, looking to go forward. He's going to take a low shot that's going to be blocked. And out comes Darby. Pressure high again by London. London not letting them get out of the zone easy. And here comes Darby with a little bit of space, but it's won by Seymour. Now Seymour's going to look up and play Battelle in the middle. Battelle looking through and just cut off. And Darby's back on it. Looking to switch the play with some space now on the wing closest to us. Here comes Darby. Looking up, and there's a long ball forward. And it's going to be challenged in the air. Just over both heads and outside to a London defender who's going to clear it. That is Jeremy Arnold, who clears it off, and that's out of bounds. Going to be a Darby throw, and London can now reset calmly. Thrown in the middle, challenged by Battelle. And it's going to be a foul for on London, and it's going to be a free kick in dangerous territory for Darby. How important is it to get a challenge for a shot on net and a challenge for the goalie on free kicks in this kind of position?
I think it's crucial, especially, you know, being down 1-0, putting the ball on target. Like we said earlier, this weather has an impact for the keeper. You know, any rebound that pops out, anything that may take a skip off of somebody's foot, you know, it's important to create that attacking opportunity.
This kind of position you could usually see a cross as well, but I feel like in this early in the game, with the weather and also still trying to test the goalie, see if they're ready, a shot right here could be very a very good idea, and it's looking like it might be. And here goes the cross, and it's a beautiful header, and there's a goal. Beautiful play there by Darby, and that's number 9. Lerone Young with a beautiful header, getting up in the air and placing that into the back right corner of the net, making it 1-1 early in this game.
He met that well. He met that at the top of his jump, and he placed it back post. But the center back that jumped out with him, we did not have coverage from our fullbacks. which in turn allowed that ball to go net.
And that was a great goal there by Darby
finish.
FC, making this game as competitive as it looks so far. 5 minutes after FC London scored, we're back at even playing field at 1 apiece. And London now trying to recover from it. Always very important after any goal how a team recovers or how they continue to play. When you score a goal, you can instantly become very vulnerable. But as well as when you get scored on, you could the worry of like players putting their heads down is also there.
Absolutely, the mentality of the team, scored on or not, or being the goal scorer, you have to be focused and hungry for the next one. Play like it's 0-0.
And that's exactly what it feels like right now with the game tied at 1. Trying to forget what's happened in the first 15 minutes alone of this game. Already 2 goals, and here comes Darby again, and just a far over the top through pass that's going to go right back to Sokolski. And it's going to be reset again with Seymour. Seymour looking up. He's going to play a long ball to the left wing closest to us, to Elside. And Elside plays it inside to the far, back to Elside. And a great tackle to play the ball out for a corner. The Darby player challenging for a goal kick, but the ref sticking with his decision. It's going to be a London corner. And
it's a great effort from Stephen Elside. Joining forward, creating numbers in the attack is super important.
Looking like it could be a short corner played right away. And up top to Elside, who has a lot of space, who's going to try to play down the line, gets it back with a 1-2. And he's taking a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, and just off the top of the bar. Beautiful attempt there by Elside.
Very, very good look to see the keeper was high and at his near post. Tried to chip it over him, but unfortunately went too high.
It looked like they were always looking for that shot off of that short corner. And he got the open space, and he was able to take it, and it was a very close opportunity for FC London. And once again, the short ball from the goalkeeper looking up. And here comes Darby, and it's cut off, and because of that skip, here comes the goal scorer for Darby once again. But it's going to be an easy clearance for Sokolski. Darby pressing just as hard as London is, and this game is getting more and more competitive as time goes on. And as you can see, that weather, normal game, that ball might have been easily to pick up, but because of this weather, that skipped out very easily, and it's going to be a turnover, and it's going to be a London throw.
Come to the ball, somebody. Let's go!
And Far is going to be fouled, and that's going to be a London free kick right near the halfway line. Seymour on the ball, and he's going to play it to his counterpart, Maletic. And a slip off, trying to switch the play, but it's still going to be London's ball. Breaking through the middle is Patel, still on it, takes a low shot, blocked by the keeper, not out of bounds yet, and now it's cleared out for a throw-in. Great solo run there by Patel.
Drawing in pressure, driving at the defenders with speed, especially with the ground being wet. You might slip, you never know. Catch them on their back foot.
We've seen it a few times already with players slipping early in this game. This field cut very short, so it's hard to really get your feet into that field, especially when it's slippery. And it's just going to be offside, unfortunately, on London there. And it's going to be a break for Darby, as they're going to be able to build up from the back once again off this offside call.
See a lot of numbers joined here. 4 at the front for Darby.
They're
Looking to get the next goal.
They're definitely getting more aggressive. They want the next goal in this game. But London's coming once again on the ball, out wide to the man who assisted the first goal, Gopal. He's been doing a great job on that right wing so far. Trying to break through, and the ref says get up. That's no foul, and here comes Darby on the counter. Darby looking up. A lot of pressure on this side of the field right now. They look for a switch. And that's going to be a heavy tackle, and game already getting a little heated. Vocal from the London bench and the London players, not very happy with that call. Ribeiro, being the captain, trying to calm everything down. Both captains now talking to the ref. Darby player still on the ground, so it was definitely a hard tackle, and hopefully he's okay.
I don't think it was an intentional by any means, but I think he did. It seems from the crowd here that he's missed a few on the FC London side, or tried to play advantage even, and the bench does not sound too happy either.
And that's Vincenzo Sasso on the ground for Darby. It was not a dirty tackle in my mind. It was a well-timed tackle. It was an aggressive tackle for sure at that, but I wouldn't say it was too heavy of a foul. But the explosion was, I would say, was more of some missed calls so far,
Absolutely.
not the call of that being a foul.
Right.
And as you pointed out, you heard it from the crowd here that they weren't the happiest with that call.
FC London fans, though, can always expect that here at the Cove.
The rain's starting to feel like it's dying down a little bit, so we might get away with a second half with no rain. But as for now, it's going to be still, as the rain still falls, it's going to be a wet game. It's not going to stop because the field's not going to dry up within a matter of minutes.
No, but you know what? We haven't had rain in a couple weeks, so I'm sure the grass could use it. I'm sure the field was extremely hard, so it's nice that it'll be a little bit softer for the players.
And here comes London. Here comes Darby on the ball. And once again, that long cross ball, and it's going to be easily picked up and scores. Darby once again just over the defender, FC London defender, and that is the second goal of the game for Darby with number 11, I believe. Hair's in the way a little bit. I think that is number 10, DeJong. DeJong with a beautiful chest down half volley into the bottom corner, and it's going to be 2-1 now for Darby.
It was a great pass over top, recognized the high line, good finish.
Once again, we've seen them do it a few times this game already. That high diagonal ball into the box, into open space, and it's now worked out just over the FC London defender and easily finished by DeJong. And here's Seymour on the ball. Out wide to Nafar. Outside making the overlapping run, but Nafar cuts into the middle. He has space. Lost it. Pushi plays it out wide to Gopal. Gopal trying to make something happen, and it's going to be a corner. Once again, another left corner. Starting to add up, and it's very important to keep adding those up because every corner gives another chance right on goal. Something interesting to watch on these counters. It's going to be easily cleared by Darby and picked back up by Pucci. And it's going to be another cross played in. Or low-driven shot picked up by the keeper. But what I was saying is you have two Darby players on the wings instead of one striker holding the high line forward. So you have two players ready for the counterattack on both wings, with the open being middle, and that's something I don't see very often.
No, definitely teams are more normally compact in the middle of the field, but it looks like they're playing with one holding and two attacking, just to have numbers in the attack for their counter.
Exactly. More of a false nine kind of setup.
Absolutely.
And here comes the speed of Campbell, Dylan Campbell that we've seen. Tries to beat one, he gets away with it, and he's brought down, no foul. Ref says no, and here's come London on the break. And here is Ribeiro trying to play it through, and it's going to be chested down by the Darby defender and cleared out right towards us here. It's always going to be a questionable call if that's called in the box with three defenders around. You're always going to be worried about giving up a foul like that when there's three defenders around one player, but it's always hard to call because of the fact that there is a lot of people covering one guy.
For sure, and refs have been a little bit more lenient, or sorry, not lenient, but stronger with that decision because, you know, there has to be a very clean foul.
And once again, the fans here not happy with that tackle, but Ribeiro gets it back and tries to play inside the Pushi, and he's just cut off, and there's Patel, who's fouled right in the midfield. And looks like Ribeiro was hoping for a little bit of advantage there, but it's going to be called back.
Oh, come on, ref!
It's definitely getting very vocal in the field and vocal in the crowds right now. People are not happy with some of these calls this ref is making tonight so far.
No, he better not necessarily give advantage, but kind of control the tempers of these players and coaches.
Exactly. He has to make sure that everyone knows that he's in charge of this game and his decision is final. And as London tries to build up from the back off this free kick, it's out wide to Gopal once again. Gopal on that right wing, controlling the game right now. He's trying to go down the line, and another low cross in. Oh. It's going to be just cut out, and here's a shot off the post again. One off the crossbar, one off the post. Beautiful shot there by Patel. Unfortunately not in the net, but London once again on the pressure. Here is Seymour. Tries to play it through the middle, and it's cut off. And Darby's trying to win it back, but once again, Nafar gets it. And Pucci takes a shot, and it's blocked. And that's going to go out for a corner. High pressure, great opportunities there by London.
Lots of transition, too. A great attempt from Mike Patel again. I think it was another post for him, no? Off of like the first 2 minutes, I'm pretty sure he hit the crossbar.
I believe outside hit the crossbar earlier. I think Patel has hit the crossbar as well. So we've had 2 crossbar hits and 1 post hit for FC London so far tonight. So bright spot, yes, it's no goal, but they're getting those shots, and I would say that is on target.
Absolutely.
You're inches away from getting in the back of the net. Adjust yourself a little bit, and we could have a 3-1 game right now, or 3-2 game right now.
Right, and you know what? As a player, when you see another team take a shot and just get away safely by it, the post saving you, it puts you a little bit on your toes a little bit, and makes you a bit nervous sometimes.
I know I played goalkeeper when I was playing when I was younger, and whenever anything hit the post, I would hug my post like it was my life. Your post is legitimately your best friend. You love your defenders, but those pieces of metal that don't move are the best things as a header comes in and it's just over the top. But yeah, something that doesn't move and is an inanimate object is 100%, not can be, is 100% a goalkeeper's best friend.
Yeah.
At times. And once again, here comes Darby playing from the back. It's going to be a long ball looking for the striker in the middle. And outside clears it out. And it's going to be a handball. Ribeiro calling for it, Captain Ribeiro calling for it. And the ref hears it and luckily, hopefully sees it.
Forward.
And Patel is just going to reset with the keeper now. Sokolski out wide to Seymour, back to Sokolski. Sokolski's going to have to look to clear it here. Oh, it's played nicely through the middle to Ribeiro. Out wide now, back to Seymour, and Seymour has to look up, and it's a beautiful challenge by Campbell, and he has space. Campbell now looking for a cross. 2 London players coming in to cut it off, and it's going to be nicely cut off in the middle. Outside's pressure heavy, and that's going to be a really dirty tackle from behind and a quick yellow card. Fans here hoping for a red card. It's going to be a heavy tackle from behind. This weather, you have to be careful of those kind of tackles because you're going to be able to slide in. You're going to slide in a lot heavier than you usually would when the ground would stop you. So hopefully outside, he's up now and he's all right.
That's, I think, a 3rd or 4th tackle on Steven. And finally, he got it for himself. So hopefully this defender now calms down a little bit with this warning.
Yeah, it was a very aggressive tackle, and he's now going to have to watch himself because that's not the first aggressive tackle we've seen from him tonight. And the fans are hoping for a red card, and that could be coming his way if he keeps that kind of play up. Outside up, and he's going, and hopefully he's okay because that was a heavy tackle. Went over on his back a lot there, right in front of us. We had a great view of it, but it was not nice to watch. And it's just going to be a heavy pass by Ribeiro. It's going to go out of bounds. Those kinds of tackles are never fun to watch as a spectator, as a player, especially that when they're that close to where we were standing right here.
It makes you cringe, just hoping that he is okay.
Exactly. And a great tackle there. And Ribeiro's on the ball, looking forward, pressed by 3 on his back, and he looks forward, and a beautiful ball to Gopal, and Gopal has some space. And he's going to play across the net, touched by Connor Wilson.
Yes,
and that is the tying goal. The combination once again of Gopal to Connor Wilson, and that makes it 2-2 in the 29th minute here in the German Soccer Club.
Let's just talk about that ball from Randy Ribeiro.
Oh, that ball was incredible. Wasn't even looking where that ball was going. Kind of fooled the defenders and perfectly placed, and a brilliant touch by Gopal. And a chest forward, so much positive on that touch to move forward. Sprints on the end of that, and a perfect ball down to Connor Wilson. That combination once again, Ribeiro, to Gopal, to Wilson, to the back of the net.
Now you tell me, as a keeper, that cut cross across the 6-yard box, when you're covering your near post, how hard is it for you to get to that ball?
That cut cross makes your heart stop at all times. You just, on that point, you have to hope your defenders are in the positions that you can get to the other side of your net as fast as possible.
Right.
At that point, you're throwing yourself and just hoping. As we've seen professional goalkeepers make the saves around the world like that all the time. One that stands out in my mind is Inger Casillas' save running across the net. And that's just what you have to do on those opportunities. You just have to hope and get on that. But Connor Wilson stands his ground and finishes it nicely. And this tight game has just got even closer. And the aggression is probably going to pick up from here on.
Oh, absolutely. Now we have an even score, and you're seeing a lot of individual battles, even from the back from FC London. And
one of my favorite combinations right now, my favorite battles right now, is the battle of Campbell on Darby and Al-Said for London. That battle right in front of us, we've been able to watch it all game so far, and it's just been fun to watch.
Absolutely. This Campbell gentleman here, he's testing Stephen Al-Said with speed and his also ability on the ball.
Speed and aggression from both players, and they've just been challenging each other from the get-go, and it's only going to continue in the second half, and I can't wait to see more of it. As Darby wins the ball high up the field, and it's going to be simply played back to Sokolski, who plays it in the middle to Riverio. And the ref's going to stop the play because one of the goal scorers for Darby is on the ground, and that is Kashif Jean. He's up now, and he looks like he's okay. Can't recall the tackle on the end of that one that caused him to go down, but Darby's just going to play it back to London goalkeeper. I always like that respect from players when play stops. Whoever was in possession, it always goes back to the goalkeeper or goes back for a throw-in. And it's just nice to see still, especially in an aggressive game like this.
For sure, just having respect for the other opponent.
Kind of shows that no matter how tough the game gets, there's always that little bit of respect. And a beautiful dummy there by Gopal, or a little touch. I wasn't able to see that fully, and Riberio's going to be fouled. And number 15 on Darby. That is Brooks. He just pushes the ball a little forward, and the ref never likes that when he calls a stop to the play and you still kick the ball away.
Oh, he's lucky. Normally you get a yellow card for that.
Something that's taught very young. Once the play is dead, you leave the ball. You don't try to delay the game. You don't try to mess up your opponent's tempo trying to move forward. And Ribeiro trying for a really long shot. It's low, and it's going to be deflected for a corner. It seemed like he fanned on it a bit. Well, lucky enough for him, it is tipped off of a Darby defender. And once again, as their number keeps going up, is another London corner. We've seen different strategies from London corners so far tonight. And it's going to be challenged for the keeper. Looks like it might have been going in, and it's going to be cleared over the top for another corner. Great. If that's what he was meaning to do, it was a great attempt there by Pucci. Another ball in by Pucci, cleared up, and out and back for another corner as the number keeps growing for London. These corners are going to keep adding up and keep tiring out Darby if it keeps happening like this, because these corners, one has to come off in the back of the net at some point, you have to assume. And once again, they play short. And here comes London trying to break in, and there's just too many numbers on Darby that are shutting him down, and it's cleared out. London's able to get it back in the Darby end, and they're going to go back to their own side and reset it now. Back to Seymour. And Seymour's going to look up. He has space and time now to find the next pass. Right in the middle to Nafar. And Nafar is going to use his speed and go forward. And a great ball outside to Al-Said. And Al-Said plays it over. And it's going to be easy pickings for the Zykos. And here comes Darby. Darby with a long ball forward. The ball's might skip, but it's cut off nicely by the London defender, not allowing that skip to happen. And great job there by Paul trying to be his defender. He unfortunately just loses it, and it's going to be a heavy push. As soon as he went in for that tackle, he put his hands up. probably knowing that call was about to happen. And once again, we've seen free kicks from this spot before. We've seen a free kick challenge for a goal from this spot already. And once again, you're going to see that long ball into the box. And it's up in the air. And Sokolski's going to come out for it this time and gets a fist on it and clears it out. And London trying to get it out, but not able to get out of their own end. And here comes Darby again. And they're going to have to reset. And another missed call. As you can just hear the FC London coach very vocal, thinking that should have been a call.
He has to be careful because having this temper early in the game, the ref does not like that. He has no need for it.
The ref is going to talk to him about it. Let him know that he can't keep that kind of attitude up early in this game. We're only in the 36th minute. We definitely don't want to see FC London lose their coach.
No, they do not. As that has happened a couple times in the past with the women's team, always makes things interesting for the players in the field.
It's always interesting to see what coaches do after they are thrown into the games. You see people like Mourinho in professional levels, they go into the stands and sit with the fans.
Yeah. Sometimes in this league, they have to leave the premises. They're not even allowed to stay here anymore.
Outside's on the ball now. Once again, Campbell versus outside. And he's now going to take space in the middle. Plays Pushy. Just a little heavy. It's going to be played all the way back on to the London end. Maletic on the ball.
Very smart.
Pushy. All the way up top to Connor Wilson. It's going to be cut off, but Ribeiro's on the ball. And it's just going to be missed, touched forward. Everyone's slipping. Another foul on a spot that we're accustomed to seeing at this point.
Yeah, I think that's like the third or fourth free kick from that exact area for Darby.
Within 10 yards of that area on either side of the field, we've seen about 3 or 4, like you said, free kicks. And there has been one that challenged. That's not where the ref called the foul. So the Darby player is lucky he got that space. But here comes a fast now, Ribeiro on the ball, outside the L side. And he's going to look in the middle. And it's just going to be a missed pass into Farr. And Farr able to win it back. And here comes Darby outside to Campbell. Campbell versus outside once again. Number 17 versus number 17. And tackling from behind like that's always dangerous, but nothing comes of it. And Ribeiro on the ball once again. Outside has to watch those tackles from behind. He's felt one himself. Doesn't want to pull himself a card early in this game still.
No.
Going close to the 40th minute. Very heavy challenges right in front of us here. Campbell's now on the ball. A beautiful dummy to beat one. But Ribeiro, or Pushy, comes and helps out Seymour. It's going to be an over top the ball. That's going to be defended by London, but not far enough. It's going to be picked up by Patel back to Sokolski. Sokolski has time to look up. And it's going to be played to Seymour. High pressure on Seymour. And won by Darby. Played to Campbell. Campbell looks up and plays it forward. And there's a shot by Paul. That's Marcellus Paul with a shot just wide of the right post. Sokolski probably should have looked to clear up the field there and played it short to Seymour in high pressure.
Absolutely, just to give his defenders a second to breathe because they just had to defend a counterattack.
Yeah, high pressure there from the very tall Young, the striker that we've seen challenged in the air in the box very often for Darby. Wins it off of Seymour and almost created a great chance there. And here comes Darby again in this 2-2 game, close to the 40th minute. It's about 39.5 minutes gone in this game. And once again, you see the people slipping around on the field.
It's like a skating rink out there today.
The rain's still calming down a little bit, just dribbling at this point. But the field's not going to dry up. Like I said earlier, it's still going to be soaking wet, and everyone's still going to be slipping around. And that's going to be a header by a Darby player right forward to the far. Far is going to have Campbell. And it's going to be called offside. Ref's going to leave it because there's picked up by the Darby goalkeeper. And they're going to be able to play from the back. Something I do like seeing, when it's an easy pickup for the goalkeeper and the ref leaves it, doesn't call the offside. And
Absolutely.
lets the game continue to go on because a counter can't happen, as the attempt was there, but offside cuts it off, and it's going to be a Darby throw right in front of us. And there's the goal scorer on the ball. Plays it out to the top of the box, looking for a shot.
Very good tackle.
That was Gallo looking for a shot, but he's cut off, and now here's Nafar. And Nafar looking up to switch the field, but he's cut off from behind from Gallo, and Gallo won it back and plays it back to his defender. Now look up to switch the field, another slip. Once again, and it's going to be cut off by Metalik. Malton. And there's a ball in the middle. Ahead on it is the goal scorer, DeJong, and it's just going to be put over the net, and it's going to be a goal kick for Sokolski. Another short play from the back. Pressure high once again. Once again by Young. Young pressing high once again. Another goal kick. Sokolski's going to have to look to go long because Darby's now reading those short plays. And as I say that, he does. And the far is on the end of that. And it's just not going to be picked up by London and cleared out by Darby. But London has it with Ribeiro in the middle. Ribeiro tries to play Pucci, and Pucci gets a heavy touch, but still on it. Challenged by 2, no foul, and here comes Darby. Darby tries to play outside, and once again, more slipping going on. Was able to keep control of the ball, and it's going to be played low to DeJong. And DeJong trying to beat one, but loses it.
It's a great battle from both of them.
And here comes London with Pucci. Pucci looking forward. We've seen Pucci create a lot of great chances so far. Outside to Gopal with a little bit of space, trying to beat one. Goes for a low shot, and it's just going to go out for a goal kick. Gopal has had a great first half here.
Yeah, he's been influential in FC London's build-up. He's been such a danger outside, drawing in 2, sometimes 3 players to open up the middle of the field for Connor Wilson and Reza Nafar.
Both Connor Wilson and Gopal have been doing their jobs perfectly tonight. Connor Wilson getting on the end of 2 goals, while Gopal assisting 2 goals, exactly what these positions should be doing, your number 9 and your wingers.
Absolutely.
And as we're talking about that, here comes Campbell, the winger we've been watching all game so far for Darby, with a low ball in the middle, picked up by Maletic. Once again, Campbell's in the ball. A little bit of shoving in the back by outside. And here comes a cross in from Sasso. Pucci back to Seymour. Seymour looking up to clear it. Another more heavy pressure by DeJong. And still right on top of London's box. And here's Young on the ball. Gallo looking for a shot. Takes one, deflected just over the net, and that's going to be a corner kick for Darby, something that we haven't seen in a little while. We've seen a lot of London corner kicks, so let's see what Darby can do off of their opportunity now.
Well,
43 minutes played in this first half. Could probably see a little bit at a time because of those fouls and injuries.
and also the warning for the coach, getting a little bit excited.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be Gallo on the end of this end of this corner kick. Probably going to be looking for number 9, Young, the big body we've seen in the middle most of this game. Darby definitely has some size on London.
I was just mentioning that.
There's going to be another corner for Darby. And unfortunately, the ball boy's just a little too short, and he can't get them kicking his hands over the fence there to reach the ball.
That's one of our academy boys here at FC London.
Fences are his mortal enemy at the age. And once again, here is Gallo for the free kick, for the corner kick, and it's an open header. And it's going to be a goal kick. Open opportunity right in the middle, just over the net. Sokolski didn't even get a hand on it from what the ref is seeing. Very good opportunity there for Darby. And Sokolsky starts quickly and plays to the right wing, right across. And here's Gopal again, looking down the wing. The overlap is there for him, but he's carrying it through the middle and playing it back to Patel. Patel now looking forward to Seymour. Seymour has some space, looks for his next pass.
Great pass, well done.
And a slide tackle coming in heavy there, but luckily didn't make contact. And Ribeiro beats one and plays it outside to Alside. And Alside back to Seymour. London just trying to control the ball right now. But move forward patiently. And a beautiful ball forward to the Alside. Plays it down low, and it's cut off and cleared by Darby. And here comes De Jong trying to pressure and win it back, but London's able to pick it up, and here's Maletic. Maletic switches it over to Patel. And Gopal on the ball once again on this right wing. London doing a great job holding on to possession. Not losing many passes right now. Gopal,
wow,
once again, solo effort trying to break through. Here's Pucci on the ball. Wilson. Here comes the cross in. Nafar's on the end of that. Takes a shot. Deflected over the net, and there's another corner for London. Great opportunity there by Nafar.
Also great defending from number 6. He just did the splits to get a touch on that.
Yeah, that is
but what a build-up.
Mikael Ryan. Great defending there by him to get a foot on that.
It hasn't stopped raining.
And as I can say right now, it has stopped raining. So lucky enough for the girls game, they might be able to start it with no rain, but it's still going to be a wet field. And another corner kick here for London. We've seen many of these in the first half. Right on the 45-minute mark. So we could hear a whistle after this, or some added time still. And once again, played short in the far. Looks up to Ribeiro. We've seen this before. Ribeiro looking up, wasn't able to get a good touch on it. He had a shot off. And Alside's back on the ball. Looking for a cross. Still on the ball. Plays in the middle. And here is Seymour all the way from the back. Just trying to get in. And it's going to be called, and that is going. While they're clearing up, we had some nice live music at halftime to enjoy while the players re-strategize and come out for another competitive second half.
Looking to see if either team changed their approach.
And here comes Darby off the start, pressing high. And Gopal's on the ball. Speed that he showed off so far, beats one. So much space in front of him. Challenging through the middle. Unfortunately, he's cut off there. And here comes Darby in the middle with the ball. Plays it out wide. And it's going to be picked off by London. Great tackle there. Here's Patel on the ball. Looking up, trying to find a nice pass. He's going to have to restart with his defender. And here goes Connor Wilson. Up top, back pass. Beautiful pass to Nafar. Nafar still going forward. He's brought down in the box. Referee shakes his head, says no, it's a goal kick. And early in this game, once again, players not happy with the calls the ref is making.
No, FC London had an excellent build-up. They played in behind their line, their midfield line, right to create an overload for their back four. And it was a great individual effort by Connor Wilson with the back heel to Reza. And I don't know, kind of interesting decision from the ref.
Interesting to say the least as we look at that replay there a second ago. Not too sure what the ref saw there, but for me, it looked like it could have been a possible penalty. And like we just talked about different strategies coming off in the second half, something I've already noticed is that instead of having the two high lines on the wingers for pressing, they use the top striker now, De Jong, for pressing the back line and allowing the wingers to drop back, switching from a false nine to maybe a more attacking front three. Yeah,
I'm putting more immediate pressure on FC London's two center backs.
Yeah, right through the middle instead of through the wings. And while we talk about that, here comes Darby on the ball, playing it back to the captain, Brooks. Brooks plays it over the top, and it's going to be cut off and defended there by London, and it's going to be cleared out for a goal kick. Something that we saw a lot in the first half was a lot of short goal kicks, and once again, we're going to see it again. Something that started to die off because of the high pressure, and here comes De Jong from Darby, once again with the high pressure. But staying calm is Sokolsky, playing it around the back, and he's going to try to play it forward, and it's going to be challenged by Darby, picked off, but here comes Patel, who plays it out wide to Gopal. Once again, the man on the wing, assisting 2 goals tonight, right to Connor Wilson, looking for that combination again, and he's going to be completely pushed over in the box, and again, no call. 2 heavy challenges in the box so far. That one less likely to be a foul at any point. And here comes London. With Nafar in the middle, plays it to Patel. Patel looking up, plays it over the top, and it's going to be cut off by Darby. And here is outside on the ball. We saw him a lot in the first half right in front of us. And there was a change in the first half, something that I'm not too excited about. We saw on the Darby side, number 17, Dylan Campbell come off the field. So no more Nafar versus outside versus Campbell on that wing back position, and then we're going to see a new battle on the right side of the field now. And it's a nice tackle there by Captain Ribeiro, and Gopal comes back and wins it. And here is Pushi.
Very nice.
Seymour looking forward, playing Ribeiro, who just shoulders his defender off the ball and tries to play a clever ball through, and it's just going to be cut off. Sides on the ball, plays it up to Ribeiro. Ribeiro in the middle, and it's going to be switched over to Gopal. One nicely chested down, a positive touch, and just passes it behind. Seymour coming all the way from the back to try to make an opportunity. And once again, here is Patel in the back, covering for Seymour, and Seymour makes his way back to his line.
I think if FC London is very patient with the ball, they continue to shift, try to draw out pressure. With Darby's continual counterattack, they could be a different team in the 60th minute, and FC London could find more time on the ball.
Yeah, this high pressure that Darby has to slow down with a little bit early in this half, because they're going to die out very quickly.
Yeah.
As London's just trying to slow the game down right now, make the game at their tempo and control it. Right now you see them holding a lot more possession than they did in the first half instead of trying to break forward quickly. Different strategies already showing. You have Darby coming out as aggressive as they ever been in this game, and you have FC London trying to hold possession to tire out Darby a little bit to then counter heavy.
Yeah, if you look at where Darby's numbers are in that last play there before the foul, they had about 4 or 5 players surrounding the ball, completely leaving the opposite side of the field open. But you know what? That's good pressing in my opinion, because they're having an overload on the ball and trying to prevent any counterattack or any overload that FC London may create.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. It's great pressing there, and with those kinds of numbers, switching the ball is never going to be an easy task. And if you're able to, you're a very high-skilled player, or you're just a well-rounded team who can work together. As we see a long shot low, and it's just going to be wide of the net. But yeah, like we were saying, that kind of pressure, if you don't do it right and it messes up once and you allow the open pass to go through and switch the field, you can be caught very quickly, but then you just have to hope for your players to be well-versed and be able to sprint back to their positions and shift over.
Exactly.
Every strategy has its risks. And for London right now, their strategy is possession as they hold it again. And Pushi tries to play a ball through, and it's just going to be a little heavy and picked up easily by Zykos. And he's going to play it out short to Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to try to play his wing back, and it's just going to go out of bounds with a missed pass. London throw now on the Darby side of the field. With outside, and he loses it. Tries to win it back, and he's just not able to, and that's DeJong on the ball now for Darby. Now it's played forward to the substitute, Roach. That is Mackenzie Roach, the substitute for Dylan Campbell.
Seems as if Darby's only been trying to generate any form of attack by a diagonal long ball behind FC London's line. They're not even playing that high, but they're not getting on the end of these passes anymore. The ball is starting to slow down, and so are their attackers. They need to be better with the ball.
Yeah, Campbell had a very good first half, surprising substitution in my mind for Darby.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, it was the yellow card that he was holding. That was probably the question mark if he was going to stay on or not.
That's a very good point.
That one-on-one battle that we were talking about outside versus Campbell was a very aggressive one, and the risk of another card being pulled out for Campbell and losing him for longer than just the one half was too much of a risk versus reward.
Yeah, Campbell definitely did give Al Saeed a run for his money.
Great pressure there by London. 2 players pushing. It's going to be played quickly. And here they come down the left side. Furthest from us. Trying to break through the middle, and another foul. In a more prominent position now, we can see a shot on net. Ribeiro grabbing the ball quick, standing right over it. Taking control, as the captains do. With these kinds of opportunities in front of the net, there's every option you can do. You can go shoot, you can go a pass down the line, across in the middle. What kind of tactics does coach like to work on during practices for you guys?
I think if it's within shooting distance, I mean, anywhere from 10 yards off of the 18, obviously positioned central, then you know what, absolutely, go for it. Put somebody on the ball who's feeling confident, who feels like they want to hit the ball. If it's a little bit wider, I think, like it is now on the edge of the 18, I think, you know, playing a person on the side of the wall to create a dummy run or overloading the back post for a nice chip ball back post. You know what? It's all dependent on the opponent.
And it's going to be pushy to take in. That's something I love when players talk it out. Something happens when you're younger is the coach picks who takes the free kick. What I like as you get older, you get closer with your players, and you guys decide all together who's in the mood to take this shot, who has the best opportunity. As Pushy lines up with his left foot, and it's going to be taken by Maletic. So it wasn't Pushy all along. It was Maletic that came up and took the shot.
It was a little bit of a fake there.
And just over the crossbar.
You definitely want an in-swinger on any side, right? If it's on the right side of the field, having a left-footed to try to curl it in far post, even for a shot, is always better.
That far post is always dangerous for a goalkeeper because instinctively you're hoping it's going to go over the wall. And instinctively you're already set in your mind that you're going to have to take that step and dive to the corner to make the save if your wall can't reach
Arnold,
it.
number 13.
So going to that.
Number 3, Aaron Schneebel.
And that's Jeremy Arnold coming off the field for London. For Aaron Schneebel. And here comes Darby on the ball. And it's going to be a high cross, and it's just going to go out of bounds. Easy pickings there. And it's going to be cleared out by Sokolsky. And substitute Schneebel on the ball.
Oh, that's a tight pass.
And that's Maletic with just a missed pass back to the goalkeeper. And there's a heavy opportunity now for De Jong in the middle, and it's going to be cleared out for a corner. It's looking like these short passes from the goal kick have to start coming to an end because we've seen it at the close to the end of the first half, and now in the beginning of the second half, we've seen a lot of heavy pressure by Darby to stop those short passes.
For sure. I mean, they have an extremely dangerous, fast striker up front. And you know what? If you're going to play short, which I highly encourage, you have to pass hard, right? You have to give your keeper time to take a touch, time to play one touch if he has to.
And you got one player right on the goalkeeper for Darby right now. Strategy that every goalkeeper hates. And it's a ball to the back post for 2 Darby players. And so he picked up by Sokolsky. And here comes a quick break now. So many numbers forward for Darby. And here comes London. Played all the way across the field to Gopal on the opposite side now. Plays it to Ribeiro. And it's going to be shot and picked up by.
Wow.
And it's just going to be a beautiful opportunity in front of the net for Pushy. And amazing defending there by Sasso.
Very good defending. They were overloaded on the counterattack, 3v2. Keeper made a drop. Yeah, keeper made a drop, and their center back stepped out.
Again, with this wet ground, the keeper just wasn't able to hold on to that little rebound that Pushy tried jumping on, and just defender to dive in with that kind of bravery and just get a foot on it. You got a block on that, and now it's a corner kick versus a goal. That's always going to be a win for a goalkeeper in the defending line. And again, played short. Here's outside, looking for something. Tries to take it down the line, he loses it, but still on the ball is London. And they're going to reset all the way back to captain Ribeiro, who's going to hold the ball still on that wing side. Back to Ribeiro now. He's going to have to look to switch the field. And here's Schneebel, and now they're going to restart with all the way to the back with the defensive line. And here comes Gopal, or Nafar. Nafar with a shot, great save.
No, he's not a part of the play. I don't know about that one. He didn't touch the ball. It was off call on Parker Seymour offside, but he was not a part of the play. It's interesting. As a striker, when your teammates try and make an attempt on goal and you're there for the rebound but don't touch the ball, I personally don't understand why a ref sees fit to call.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, I saw a lot of those called on my end, but watching them across the field, it always annoyed me. I never liked when ref calls those plays where you see the player is not going for the ball, allow the play to continue because he's not trying to get in the way, he's not trying to get involved in the play.
Yeah.
Why call the offside?
Yeah, and kill the momentum of the game.
So as the momentum dies, like you said, we are now resetting with the goalkeeper just at the top of his 18-yard box. It's a high ball right through the middle. 2 London players challenging for that, and it's picked up by Ribeiro. Great header in the middle to win there. Always important to win those 50-50 challenges in the air.
Absolutely.
Probably some of the most fun things as a player to be challenging for is those 50-50s in the middle.
Yes.
You test every piece of your ability. If it's skill on the ball, power, and almost taking
defending.
Someone's head off there. Is the substitute standing there, almost takes his head off. But yeah, like you were saying, the 50-50s in the middle, the 50-50s anywhere, just challenging one-on-one with someone, aggressive power and strength versus each other. Definitely a fun part of this game. There's going to be a foul there called, and it's going to be an FC London ball. Back in their own end with their goalkeeper, Sokolski. We'll see if he looks for the short pass, but it looks like he's going long ball. It's played up into the middle and challenged and won by Darby, but easily picked up by Patel. Patel has pressure on his back now by De Jong, but he plays Nafar, and Nafar has 2 on him now, and he's not able to come away with it, and De Jong is on the ball, playing it out wide to Paul. Paul running down the field with some pace. Miletic challenging him. Paul beating one, trying to get by Miletic, and it's going to be a foul. In a position that on the other side of the field in the first half, we saw a goal come out of.
Absolutely. That was not the smartest foul. He did get away from him, but I think that FC London was still in a good position to defend. So regardless if that was a tactical decision to try to stop the play from happening or to prevent a shot, I'm not sure I would have done that close to the 18.
And once again, Darby is going to send up their players with size. And it looks like this one could be more of a shot opportunity because you have their tallest player, their striker.
Former goal scorer too, I believe.
Former goal scorer, that's their Young. He won a header in the first half, so you can assume this is not going to be a cross. With that kind of height on the ball right now, it's going to be a shot by either number 3, Sasso, or Young. And here comes the ball in, and it's trying to go for far post and well over. As you can hear a reaction from the crowd. Sarcastic as always, the home team wins when there is a missed free kick. There's going to be a substitution for Darby. That is number 7 coming on, Jeremy Paul. And coming on as well is number 22. Sorry, number 21, David Riley. Darby, and here comes Nafar beating one and having a lot of space in the middle, playing it through. And Connor Wilson just not able to get on the end of that.
On substitution was number 22, Nashon Campbell. For number 6, Dejan Michael Ryan.
London on the ball now. Nafar has a little bit of space on top of the box, looking to move forward.
Oh, yeah.
Beating a couple, but not able to get anything going. And here is De Jong on the ball. Multiple players pressuring by London. And there's an overlap run here by Sasso. And Sasso trying to make it down the line. He's going to be trying to cut off by Seymour. And he puts his body right in between him, Sasso, and the ball. And wins it back and wins a foul.
A little bit of retaliation there.
Referee's got the ball.
Here's Ribeiro. Ribeiro plays it over the top to Pucci, and Pucci just not able to get the end, on the end of that. A little bit too far for Pucci, but great ball there by Ribeiro. Great idea, keeping the pressure going on the field so far in the first.
For sure. I think FC London's approach is no longer to counterattack, but trying to outplay their lines.
And a great save there by Zykos.
A big thanks to Hot Italian Sandwiches for their support of FC London players. They're located at the corner of Rectory and York Street. Simply great food.
And up the field long. It's going to be won by Maletic. And Patel plays it out wide to Masai, who resets it with Sokolsky. Sokolsky now plays it right back to that wing side. Through the middle to Nafar. Nafar challenged heavy from behind. And it's going to be a free kick, and Nafar still down for a second, but he's coming right back up, looking like he is okay. And quick play there to Pucci. Back to Patel. Captain Ribeiro on the ball. Ribeiro accelerating through the middle.
I don't know that.
Too much of a heavy touch, lost easily. Was a foul on Ribeiro, so it's going to be a London free kick.
It looked like he was trying to catch him by the shoulder, trying to pull him back a little bit. Good thing the
A
ref
little
caught
bit
that.
of pulling back and a little bit of shoving from behind. It's going to be an easy foul, but it's going to be a foul nevertheless. It's going to be Pucci and Ribeiro talking about what they're going to do here. Another substitution now for Darby. You have number 8 coming on for number 18, so that is Adrian Gallo coming off the field.
Second substitution for Darby FC in the
Aiden Clark.
64th minute.
Gallo has been up and down the field all game so far, so we'll have to see if the same thing for Darby. It's going to
Number
be
18,
short.
Hayden Clark.
4.
Coming in for number 8, Adrian Gallo.
Patel. We play back to Seymour. Ribeiro. Schneebly. Tries to play it up the field, but it's cut off. It's going to be a London throw. And Schneebly picks it up quick and plays it out to Ribeiro. Definitely a slower start for London in the second half, trying to hold more possession and not as heavy as a counter as they were showing in the first half. Wow, Darby is still holding a very high line, trying to win the ball back as soon as possible. But London doing a great job with the holding possession and countering that. But Ribeiro loses the ball and is now out wide to Campbell. Nation Campbell on the left wing. Looking for a cross, plays it through the middle. It's going to be cut off by Seymour. And Patel's now on the ball looking forward. Plays it out wide to Gopal. And Gopal is going to be fouled. It's going to be a London free kick.
Given that it's the 65th minute, going on to the 66th, you have to expect that FC London is going to change their game plan. So will Darby, because players are now getting fatigued, especially mentally as well, can be exhausted, so that they have to be better with the ball if they do decide to counterattack. They have to pick and choose when they go.
Yeah, and that high pressure by Darby, we've always seen affecting them. They've made 3 or 4 substitutions already, mostly with that front line.
Yeah.
So that fresh legs to keep the high pressure going. Only 1 sub so far by London.
Yes, that was for Aaron Schneebly. Normally a starter, but again, I think that's a very tactically smart move to kind of secure the middle of the pitch and allow for Parker Seymour and Stephen Al-Said to join the attack a little bit more.
I'm going to throw in for Darby on their own side of the field, far end of the field from us. And Darby's still been playing a very aggressive half, just like they were in the first half. Not much changing for them, except for getting on the end of the ball. They're not being able to do that because of London holding onto it so much. It's going to be played back to Sokolsky. Sokolsky will play through the middle to Schneebly. And once again, all the way back to Sokolsky, and DeJong is going to be pressuring. And a beautiful pass right through the middle to Patel. Patel tries to play out wide, and it's cut off by Darby. But Patel's going to be able to get back on the end of that. Still pressed hard by the Darby player. And just going back and forth now, right in the middle of the field between Darby and London. But here he comes. Here comes London. And once again, losing possession. Campbell fouled, advantage going forward. And here's Young on the ball. Ray Young looking forward, taking a low shot. Picked easily for Sokolsky. There's a foul there on Nation Campbell. It wasn't called, but
he played advantage.
Could possibly see the ref go back to that.
Absolutely.
And the far, with 3 around him in the middle, takes the turn and just loses it. But able to hold on to it. Ribeiro, once again, losing in that middle position. A lot of back and forth between this middle spot in the field right now.
The decision to turn with pressure on your back, especially in the middle of the pitch, is dangerous. Should be looking to play the way you face. Oh, my goodness.
And just under Sokolsky, and there's a mistake. And there is Vincenzo Sasso getting the goal, pulling off his shirt. And there is the lead for Darby. Quiet around this stadium now as Darby takes the lead off of a mistake by Sokolsky. Looking back on the play there, just under Sokolsky's arm, and Sasso is wide open in the middle. And he is going to get a card for that celebration. Ref understands it. I wasn't able to read what was on the shirt. Ref said fair enough, but he is still giving the yellow card, so it must have been worth it for Sasso.
Absolutely.
Coming from the back and picking up that goal. In the 68th minute now, Darby has the lead, so that high pressure now pays off for them. Here's London on the ball. Patel trying to play it forward. No one there making the run, and he holds his head while laying on the ground, looking upset at himself. Zyko is just going to start from the goal kick. And a lot quieter around here right now.
It is, yes.
It's definitely died down the energy here as London doesn't have the lead anymore and is losing right now to Darby. We suspected a close game today from looking at the table and these two teams and how they've been playing. And for their second meeting of the season, it's not disappointing.
Definitely not. They're, like I mentioned earlier, I thought they were going to show up with a couple different individuals from the last time they came here, and they absolutely did. They're giving us some problems at the back.
And here they come again, Darby playing a ball in the middle. Those balls in the middle are definitely challenging FC London with the height of the strikers of Darby. And a great touch there by Puccio is going to be cut off. And Patel now has it. Being pulled back. And the ref's not going to allow the advantage. There's going to be a free kick back on that pull on Patel. It's going to be a foul on Cameron Brooks. That is the Derby captain. And quick free kick played to Ribeiro. Ribeiro looking up.
FC London has to be a bit more dangerous now with the ball. They have to be a bit more anxious to go forward and push the ball forward, especially with Darby playing this high of a line. They need to score now.
Darby's still not calming down. A good touch there by Gopal. And he cuts in the middle, beats one. And here is Pucci on his left foot. Plays to Ribeiro. Ribeiro, great shot. And that is Captain Ribeiro with a beautiful shot from distance into the back of the net. Wow.
What a goal.
What a beautiful goal. Team celebration. They know how crucial that goal was in the 71st minute. Captain Ribeiro. Holy.
That was a rocket that left his foot. Keeper even saw where it was going and he went for it, but he was just too slow.
Not a chance after that shot. Going the near post on the keeper, on his strong left foot. And ask for better.
Cannot. Capitano stepping up.
Setting after that goal. Now 3-3.
That's what we need.
In the 71st minute. And now the momentum's back. The crowd's back awake. And if that doesn't wake up a crowd, I don't know what does.
They can't handle a lead, boys. Let's go.
In the 71st minute,
reset now once again with Sokolski. And here they come again, FC London, with Schneebly. Schneebly looking up, trying to find a pass. It's a great build-up there once again, starting with Gopal from that goal. Once again, Gopal beats his man. And
super influential. Super influential. This is the first game with FC London, and he's been just so dangerous.
the fans wanting Ribeiro to do it again as he carries it through the middle there, hoping we get another screamer by Ribeiro. Great tackle there. And there's going to be heavy challenges there. It's going to be a foul on Seymour. Campbell very vocal about that.
Mm-hmm. I think there was a little bit of fouls on both sides in that.
Yeah, I don't know how he fully calls that one for Darby. I don't know if it was the last little bit of it, if it was because he was playing it while on the ground slightly. So. But in my opinion, there's fouls on both ends of that challenge. Absolutely there. If you let one go, you can't then call another.
Right.
Once again, continuing from the first half, aggression on the wings of this game. And we're probably going to see another ball right into the middle for these tall strikers of Darby. Look out for Young in the middle. And here comes the ball in. Cleared easily and played right back in the middle. And it's going to be picked up by Sokolski. Sokolski going to throw it out quickly up to the far. The ball's going to skip, but it's still going to land in front of him. And he still has the space. He still has time. Pulling it back, playing it to Schneebly. And Schneebly's going to look up. He's going to try to play it through the middle, and it's just going to roll slowly to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think in that case, you had runs going through the middle of the field. You had defenders on their back heel, but to switch the ball to the opposite side.
Open player and Connor
Wilson asking for the ball. That's a ball that you have to play. Putting him in a 1v1 situation in the middle of the pitch. And with
Connor Wilson and the confidence he has tonight, with 2 goals in his pocket already, playing it to him on the wing would be a great choice.
Absolutely.
And here, speaking of Connor Wilson, here he is. Being challenged hard, heavy challenges one-on-one right there between Connor Wilson and Mikael Ryan.
Wow, what workhorse he is. Pressing the keeper, winning the ball back. Excellent.
Great job there by Connor Wilson. That's why you always keep pressing. And another foul in the middle there. Ribeiro wins another foul, and here is going to be 2 substitutions here for London. Number 7 for number 12, so that is Gopal coming off, an influential player so far, and number 6 and 11, so that is Patel coming off. So coming on is Halbouni, and also coming on is, for Gopal, Sean Fawcett. So Gopal is off the field now, a player that I could not imagine coming off the field at this point in the game. Now that's tied at 3. What do you think about that?
I think you know, it being Ethan's first game with the team, you know what, maybe he's starting to feel a little bit fatigued, and also we want to think about his influence for the next game for next weekend. Whether the opponent will be stronger, we need him to be at 100%. Maybe Coach Markosha is just looking to save him a bit, because this game is getting a little bit too physical.
And a great game for Gopal, for Patel as well, but for Gopal, he's been a standout performer for me so far. As the ball's played into the middle, and it's just going to be offside. And as I was saying, he's been a standout player for me so far, as he hasn't been on the sheet for the goals. He has 2 assists in his pocket, and in my opinion, he could have another one on that 3rd goal. As he played it to Pushi, who then played it to Ribeiro, who then banged it in the back of the net.
Right.
So very influential game, as you've been saying all game, by Gopal as he comes off the field. But here comes London. London with Pushi on the ball. And Pushi plays in the middle a little too far for Halbouni. And it's going to be Seymour on the ball. And he's going to reset back with the goalkeeper. And Sokolski looking forward, plays it to Schneebly. And Schneebly now has a lot of space going forward, looking for his next pass. And it's going to be a long one over the top, and Nafar's onside.
Oh.
Unfortunately offside.
No, I don't know if I agree with that one, but
from my point of view, he looked very onside, looked like he timed that run perfectly.
Yes.
But it's going to be an offside call. Beautiful ball there, though, to send him through. Unfortunately, offside called, but a great build up there by London. And here comes Mackenzie Roach on the wing beating one. Cross goes in.
Very good defending.
Great defending there, cleared out. And here comes Gopal's substitute. Great tackle to win the ball. And here comes London again. Plays it through the middle, and unfortunately not able to get on the end of that.
It's a great movement from our number 6.
Now wide to Connor Wilson, just not able to keep it in. And very frustrated not to get on the end of that pass. Is Connor Wilson. Here's Young on the ball, switching it all the way over. And it's just going to be one back and played back to Sokolsky, who's going to pick that up.
Very good decision by Steven there. He had pressure on his back, played back to his keeper with no pressure, secure possession.
Something to always remember is that you can head it back to your keeper for him to pick it up. Easily one in the middle there. And challenges back and forth once again. And it's going to be Nafar who comes out with it. Advantage played for Darby after Pushi's foul. And here comes a goal scorer, Sasso. And he's just going to walk it out of bounds, unfortunately. Doesn't look very happy with the call. There's going to be a substitution for Darby. Coming off is number 9, Young, the tall Young up front. And coming on is number 11, Mike Morano. So Young, he's been a very influential player as well for Darby. Had a goal in the first half off a header. He's now off the field, and now that looks like that's everyone except for De Jong on the front line of Darby that's come off the field.
I believe that's their 5th sub, or 5th or 4th, one of the two. But
getting there close to the ends of their substitutions. Here comes Darby. Once again, their front line looking completely different than how it started this game now. Not many changes for them in the back.
Not for Darby, no. I believe it's the same 4 that started the game.
Can't say the same thing about the attacking line, but nevertheless, here we go. Played down the wing. On the ball now is Jamal Paul. It's going to be cleared out by London. It's just going to bounce out of bounds. And it did not go out of bounds, and here goes Connor Wilson.
Wow.
Connor Wilson cuts inside. Shot and a save by the goalkeeper. Connor Wilson still on the ball, though. Plays it back to the top of the box.
Oh,
it's just shot over. Great job there by Connor Wilson, not giving up on the ball, keeping it in play.
That's incredible. What an individual effort again from Connor Wilson. Not giving up on the ball.
Workhorse, always pressing. And it just, to me, it seemed like that ball was easily out of bounds because everyone was just stopping, but except for Connor Wilson.
Yeah. You know what? You can't ask for more for your number 9.
And off the field is James Pucci. For number 19. Benjamin Weishaft. And bouncing ball in the middle. It's going to be cleared by Schneebly now. And Weishaft slips early coming onto the field, showing that this field is still slippery. And people who haven't been on it yet are going to have to get used to slipping. Great touch there to beat one, and still on it. That is Mackenzie Roach. Mackenzie plays it forward to De Jong. And here's De Jong breaking through. Great save, Sokolsky.
Well done.
Sokolsky with another great save, holding his own one-on-one there with De Jong.
It's saves like that keep the game, you know, or that save the game sometimes. And
with the game tied at 3 and now the 81st minute, less than 10 minutes left in this game, crucial time to make a save like that.
Absolutely.
And a low cross going in. Something you don't see very often on corners. And there's going to be a shot. Another save by Sokolsky. And he uses his feet to clear that one out. And luckily for him, it's going to be offside.
You know, as a keeper, I'm sure you're aware of this, but when your team dominates the game, has possession, is, you know, sometimes the game's in the middle of the pitch, but more or less on the attacking half. It's so crucial for your keeper to stay mentally focused.
Yeah, you can't slow down. You can't not focus on what's going on in the game. As soon as you do that, one shot can change everything. You can have, all you need is one shot on goal for your team to lose if your team is holding possession and not scoring. So you always have to be ready to go. You always have to be thinking. And just because you're not doing much, your mouth should always be moving.
Absolutely, and I think that may be one of the most challenging parts of that position. Sometimes when you're with a really strong group and you don't get much action, when you do, it's super important that you are in the game, in the moment, and you are there to make that save.
Exactly, and something to keep your mind going, to keep doing like that is something that London's doing a very good job so far this game. What they do most games I've seen them play is they involve the goalkeeper in the build-up from the back. You involve the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper keeps speaking and keeps communicating with his back line, will keep him in the game. As soon as you hear him get quiet, and as soon as you hear him or you don't involve him in the play, that's when you get the distraction, that's when you get the mindset leaving, and that, like, he hasn't had a lot of pressure, he doesn't have to worry. And as soon as he stops worrying, easy goals go in.
Exactly.
And after a little injury timeout, here comes London on the counter. A great ball forward to Nafar. It's going to skip, unfortunately, just go out of bounds. Possibly, if it was a dry field, you might see a perfect ball there for him. But with this wet grass.
Fans, be sure to visit the merchandise table at the official FC London tent after the game. There's hoodies, jackets, golf
And that was Sasso, who was injured, who has just come back on the field, still showing a little bit of being hurt. And that's going to be another foul. And here comes London again on the ball. Try to play it through the middle, and it's going to be cut off, and here's Sasso on the ball. And a great tackle there. And it's going to be a London throw. Sasso still looking a little sore after coming off the field. For a quick second.
Somebody show! Go behind him!
And down the line, here's Connor Wilson pressing Jeremy Paul. And it's going to be played off of Wilson. It's going to be a Darby throw. Everyone seems like they're slowing down a bit, getting fatigued at the end of this game. Looking for a long throw down the line. And that's going to be a simple push in the back as we call for a foul. It's going to be a foul on Mike Morano. And there's going to be a ball through to Nafar. One-on-one. Doing a great job on the way on one-on-one. Beats it, man. Played in the middle. Wide open. And just clear. And there's going to be a penalty. A foul on Nafar, winning the penalty. And it's such a crucial point in this game. 85th minute. Penalty shot 4.
That's a big call by the ref.
FC London. I've seen a few other calls that didn't go London's way in the box, and that could possibly have been a foul. And on that one, did not even see it coming, was a penalty call.
There was a little bit of a clip from behind, definitely after
Had Halbouni open in the middle, and unfortunately he just wasn't able to finish it, but it called back for a penalty, and the person who won the penalty Nafar is going to be able to be on the end of it right now. As he lines up, we get ready for a very tense moment here in the 85th minute. Nafar. And a beautiful save on the penalty by Zykos. Wow. Always amazing to see a save on a penalty. It's so challenging for any goalkeeper in those opportunities. And unfortunately for Nafar, Zyko is ready for that one. And the ball goes in for the corner. Clear to the back post. Schneebly on the ball, crossing it back in. Wide open. Yes! Back to the net. And as he missed the opportunity before, that is number 12, Halbouni, not missing this opportunity and doesn't need a penalty this time to redeem it. Finishes it under the goalkeeper's arm into the back of the net.
Wow. You know what? Missing that penalty shot is okay now. They still capitalized on their opportunity. Obviously, Nafar would be a little bit disappointed, but you know what? It's about the team right now.
Everything comes back, and as we just saw, Halbouni missed an opportunity right in the front of the net that was called back for a penalty. He had a second opportunity right in front that he was not allowing to miss.
Yeah.
And once again, London takes the lead in the 86th minute, making it 4-3. And what an amazing game we've witnessed tonight. And here comes Darby trying to counter. But not countering far enough because Ribeiro's back on the ball. And Ribeiro's going to be fouled heavy, and he's hitting the ground as he's showing he's definitely in pain.
FC London fans, as a thank you to you for showing up to this game,
The ref has his hand in his pocket. It looks like he is going to show a card.
Kickoff is tonight at 7:30. Free admission for anybody who already purchased a ticket for the men's game.
And Captain Ribeiro is on the ground. And it looks like there was a yellow card shown to the Darby player.
It was a late tackle from behind, which is, I'm surprised, is a red. Sorry, isn't a red.
Yeah, you heard that from the fans here, of course. They were looking for another red card, another tackle, similar to one that we saw in the first half that had fans very upset.
He looks to be okay, though, which is the most important part.
Probably going to be subbed off at this point after that tackle. And while I say that, Steven Elside is coming off the field.
What a game he's had.
Another amazing game. We saw a great first half right in front of us between Campbell, Dylan Campbell, and Elside, and he continued to have a great second half as well. And here comes Ribeiro playing the ball forward. And there's Benjamin on the ball. It's gone back, not only as far as the far. So we played back, now just trying to hold possession now. A couple minutes left in this game, all the way back to Sokolski. And you're gonna see now the pressure from Darby get very high. And a great ball out from Sokolski to the wing. Played in the middle to Connor Wilson, easily cleared. And not as far as, only as far as needed, but he's not able to get fully behind that. And there's Nation Campbell on the ball. And great defending there by Captain Ribeiro, and it's just going to be cleared down the field.
What a game he's had.
Captain
Randy has been super influential. He's controlled the middle of the field today. Very good performance.
Push up, guys.
And then still pressuring, not allowing Darby to get too high in their own end. So much pressure right now in the middle, and it's just going to be a foul. Darby's going to be able to clear the ball now calmly. I'm trying to clear early, and it's going to be called back, which is something I actually do disagree with because Connor wasn't intentionally trying to stand there.
Nope. And also at the same time, the ref never blew the whistle to give 10 yards. This is, I'm not sure how this is a redo. This happened actually 2 games ago for the women. And I don't understand
It's something I've never agreed with. I've witnessed it in my own games as well.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for the space. Connor did not even have to move from the ball. He could have stood there and waited, and he chose to kick it. And because of that, now.
Yeah, his back was to the ball.
And here comes a short play from the goalkeeper.
Yes.
Great
well
block
done.
by Connor Wilson, redeeming himself at least, even though it wasn't a quality. Connor's going to try to sprint on that. And heavy pressure from Connor causes a turnover, and here's Ribeiro, and London has numbers going forward. Plays it out wide to Chad Gopal. Possibly Ethan Gopal's brother. Chad Gopal on the ball.
Yep.
And here's Parker. Parker Seymour with a shot, coming all the way from the back line. It's going to be a corner kick. We're in the 91st minute now, past full time, probably a couple minutes at a time here from the referee. I believe he just held up a 2 for 2 minutes at a time to one of the defenders. It's going to be played short, most likely, right here and held in the corner. As I just said, it's going to be defended in the corner here, trying to kill off the rest of the time in this game. Great job there by the FC London player.
A big thanks to Roger Stephen London, who is live broadcasting this
Thrown in
tournament.
to Connor Wilson. He's able to hold on to it, and there's going to be a foul on London, and it's going to be Darby ball. London coach yelling for everyone to get back. Hail Marys here now from
That's a good way
Darby.
to put it.
And once again cut off nicely by Nafar. And the ball's going to be kept in, and he has so much space. His Weisshaft, so much space, looks for a pass in the middle, finds an open man on top of the box. Nafar shoots. Oh! To finish this game off as it started, as it played out. Now that is Nafar finishing his well-played game. And with a score of 5-3, it looks like that will be the end of this one. Looking back on that replay, beautiful pass, finding on top of the box, and just a beautiful finessed finish into the corner.
Absolutely. What an unselfish action from Ben Weisshaft. He won the ball, dribbled down the side. He could have gone straight to goal and tried to go for himself, but he cut the ball back across the net for Reza Nafar to place it inside. Nice as well.
We've seen screamers, we've seen headers, but there's nothing nicer than just a beautifully placed ball in the back of the net.
And that's redemption for him for missing his PK.
Yeah, there's his redemption, as you mentioned. I almost forgot about that myself. Missing that penalty kick, he now can go home saying he placed a beautiful ball exactly where he wanted that PK to go. 5-3 now, late in this one. And there is the final whistle, and London comes out of this one back